it's filming. Oh, we're doing this angle. Nah. Nah. Dry shave my motherfucking legs. They itch. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave the phone here and film my little YouTube video because I still feel kind of cute, even though I came back from a long night. But anyway, hi, how's it going? Do you like my nails? I got them from Amazon. I just typed in, I think I typed in like cool pattern nails or something and found this little number. I was like, fuck yeah. I don't like the thumb so much, but fuck yeah. I'm gonna take these. These are really cute. Honestly, the girlies always compliment these nails. So, and they're press-ons. I prefer, number one, they're cheaper. And number two, I just prefer to take them off whenever I'm doing my writing because I think it's an obstruction and I can't type fast enough. But anyway, let me tell you about my night because it was very interesting. So, we started at a speakeasy, and on the way there, like speakeasies are designed to confuse you, I guess. Like, you don't know whether there's a bar there. And so there's a room, and I see two girls talking to someone in a suit. And immediately my first thought is like, oh, are we in someone's home, like, accidentally? And are they talking to a lawyer? Like, that's what I was thinking. But turns out it wasn't. It was a poet. And so before I even get there, let me just say we went into the speakeasy, gorgeous. Like, it's like something it looks like a venue to shoot a film at or something, And some dude was playing his music, and there's another bar upstairs, which is a little bit more elaborate, but the same kind of vibe, I just wanted to give a shout out to that. I think it's called... I actually don't remember. But, but coming back... We saw this poet. His name is Paul. I like that name. I like the name Paul. I think I like it because the way my dad says it is like, oh, my dad had an old friend named Paul, but he would say Paul. Something like that. So anyway, Paul writes poems. That's it. No, but his business is actually kind of cool. So he's planted here at this speakeasy, and what he does is he asks people like who they love and admire, and he'll write a poem on about that person on behalf of the customer, And so they asked me, and I dedicated the poem to my cousin, who I love dearly. But you know what? Let me just say, I've done this before, in the sense that I've written a poem about my cousin, performed it on stage at Austin's and stuff, and there was a line that I wanted to actually incorporate into this poem, which was something I'm paraphrasing myself, but it had a lot to do with just like I wish I had the courage that they had when I was their age. We're 7 years apart. So that being said, like, I know I've made some like strong decisions when I was young, but they have always carried this virtue of bravery and confidence and self-assurance throughout nearly the entirety of their life. And even when I was young, and they were especially young, the first thing I noticed was my cousin did say no, to like things that he didn't find fun. And I felt like we have in our family, we've got sections for ages. So we got the older millennials, and we got the middle-aged, what do we want to call us, like millennials or whatever, and then we got the genuine like Gen Z, and we got 4 Gen Z cousins. And I remember, I perceive it that way, that like when we were kids, like I just saw them as like ducklings, like I can make up a game and they'll play along with it. But like my cousin, who I see as my sibling, just like he just always had his own opinion, and that made me proud of him. Just who he is, and to have that much, like, I guess, self-assurance at that age speaks a lot on who they'll be in the future. So that was one line that I wanted to incorporate. And then the second thing, because this guy Paul, he asked me like, what do you admire about them, and this and that, do you have a good memory and stuff or good memories of them, your cousin and whatnot. There's another thing that I said But oh shoot, I think I forgot it. But it, either way, there was just so much admiration, and it was a cool experience. I think what he's doing is really cool. In the meantime, while he was writing the poem on a typewriter, he had us read his book, his poetry book. And there was some cool stuff, and there was one poem that I found that was very encouraging. So what's interesting is a lot of the poems that, majority, 99% of the poems that he wrote were dedicated to other people, or it was yeah, it was something like that. It was dedicated to other people from other people. Whereas this one poem that I landed on, because he asked, he's like, read this and then tell me what you like. So the one that I found was titled Don't Be Afraid, and it had a lot to do with, encouraging yourself, um, and believing in who you are and staying on track. And those were some of the notions behind the poem that he wrote. And so when he asked, like, anything stood out to you, I told him that one. And of course, that was the one poem that was dedicated purely to himself. It wasn't to anybody from anybody. So, and it was about his journey of becoming a writer, because he started at 17. So I found that very fascinating, because, he had the guts to pick up and pursue something within the literary field, and with a lot of heart and passion. And I mean, I started at 14 with screenwriting. So it's just nice to see, like, I guess people like just being true to themselves. So anyway, wrote the poem, read it to us, and yeah, that was that. I just thought it was such a interesting experience, because like when you have the intention of having a night out with your girlies, looking cute and whatever, you wouldn't expect to like run into a poet and they write a poem for you or whatever, like just run into a scenario like that. So I found that super fascinating. The rest of the night was fun. We went out dancing, listened to some fun music. I started the wave with a group of people. So first, me and my friend were doing like all this, I was not wearing this. I was wearing something much cuter. But I don't know why. Just because I just saw my shirt. But anyway, we started doing the wave, and I tapped on this guy's shoulder. I was like, "Hey, you watch me, then you copy me." So then we started it. Then I went around, and then I came back, and so, and then they asked us again, but it's not as cool as when a woman starts it. It's never as cool, never as enthusiastic, never as fun, never as original, none of that. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty much the night. Danced the night away, had fun, yapped a bunch, made a bunch of jokes. It was amazing to see my friends, and there was this one friend I haven't seen in a while. Missed her to pieces, so I was so happy to see her beautiful face. And that was it. Then we concluded the night, and I'm here, and I'm filming, and it's because I genuinely love it now. Like, it is part of my life, and I'm so happy. And really, honestly, I have to say, and I've said it before, I know I have, that like the little comments that I get, regardless of whether they're sparse, like, it means so much to me. It makes me feel like, oh, somebody's out there listening. And not to get all freaking like annoyingly deep or anything, it moves me enough to just, instead of washing my face and taking off all, like, taking off the earrings, whatever, I'm here, and I'm excited to film videos. So thank you a million times for all of the encouragement, all the kind comments I'll get here and there. Like, that just means a lot to me. Sometimes I feel like I will get a nice comment, but I'll go back on the video and be like, hey, I didn't really like the video. So I'll take the video down, and I can't really see the comments. But there was one recently by this girl, Talia, if I'm saying right. But shout out to that girl, because that comment was so real and so kind. So kind. Actually, I've never received a comment like that in my life, so that was monumental. Thank you so much. And that is what subconsciously stays in my mind, like, oh, let me take the time out of my day to film. So anyway, I really appreciate it. Other than that, man, I got nothing else to say. I'm probably gonna wrap it up, because either I will start my writing, because I have a pilot. And by the way, for any writers out there listening, Warner Brothers does the annual program where you submit 2 spec scripts, the pilots. I'm working on my second one. I have my first one down pat. Second one, I have to flesh out, and I have a lot of time, because I think the deadline is like May 1st, but It's fine. I'll figure something out. Or well, figure as in like I'll write it. But I have a plot. I have an idea. I have an idea. So I will maybe try to flesh it out tonight a little bit more. At least get down 20 pages, so I have some direction with my character. If not, then baby, I'm curling up in my bed, and I'm going to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I just saw the new trailer leak, and fuck. Can we just? I'm not okay. You know what? I told my cousin this. So you know your interest in anime is real when no man is whispering in your ear about it. No man is encouraging you to watch it. It's not for any male approval. Because literally, I started watching because I saw the trailer, and I wanted to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender again, and I don't know. I felt this like I guess inclination to watch. Although I know Avatar is not technically considered anime, but whatever, man. Like I just want to kind of get into it now, you know? So so I was telling my cousin all that, like, you know, I know it's real because no one is encouraging me to do this. This is just solely on my own, solely on my based on my personal interests. So, anyway, so much to say, so much to say. But the fucking trailer for the movie and like Zuko, like what the fuck? I have liked edits. I have saved edits. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, so now I'm watching the show, and it is beautiful. It is dimensional. It is elemental. Yeah. I like it. It's a good show. It's very calming. So I'm looking forward to that. And what's interesting about that show is, for me at least, I think like most shows have a decline in entertainment value as the seasons go on, or maybe there's a midpoint and throughout the show, like season 3, season 4 would be good for a show. Usually season 1 is like the most impactful. I feel like with this one, season 3 is where it's at. I'm not there yet, but from what I recall. And I also think for a show that is targeted towards children, it's pretty complex, you know? It's there's a lot to comprehend, especially with the dichotomy between Zuko and Azula. Now as an adult, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, you both were traumatized. Generational trauma for you. But when you're young, it is a lot to comprehend, and I think that's super fascinating. And really, I think the general tone of the show is super calming. So I am looking forward to doing that. I don't know if I have it in me to write, but maybe I'll just do a couple of notes on my phone and call it a day, pretty much. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. I have a tagline now, pretty much, but have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, rest of your week, and I will see you later. Mwah. Oh, we're adding that, I guess. Mwah. I don't know. Okay, bye.